What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, ladies and gentlemen? We got some boxing talk to talk about, right? Teofimo Lopez gets fired. Teofimo Lopez gets fired by TurkiAlalshik. Plus, we got what? Charlo fighting. Then we got Caleb Plant fighting on the same card. Charlo goes off on Canelo about possibly juicing. And is Teofimo Lopez with PBC now? Yo, let's talk about it. We got to talk about it. Is Teofimo Lopez with PBC now? Teofimo Lopez was spotted at PBC event at the press conference, and he's giving his take on the fight. Did Teofimo Lopez intentionally duck, quote unquote, duck Devin Haney? We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the Charlo Caleb Plant fight. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's gonna be a good fight card, ladies and gentlemen. I really do think it's gonna be a good fight card. And we got to talk boxing, man. And we're gonna talk about it right after the intro. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD.
Shout out to Likeable
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue.
Wow, it's your boy Drew. Shout out LD the King.
Shout out to LD with Likeable Dialogue. Come get your info cooking hot. Holla at your boy.
Yo. Welcome back to the channel. Man. I'm your host, LD the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, man, listen, y'all. We have to talk about this boxing activities. We got to talk about what's going on in the sport of boxing, man. So as the people tune into the channel, as the people follow in, ladies and gentlemen, we got to discuss what's going on. First, we're going to start with I really want to start with Teofimo Lopez, right? Because he essentially told TurkiAlalshik to go and do something with itself. Nana Faber says, "Hi, I am subscribed to you." Shout out to Nana Faber. Appreciate the subscription, my brother. I appreciate that, man. So today, guys, we talking about this boxing, and then feel free to comment, chat, y'all. We streaming from multiple platforms, so we got comments going on from different places. So make sure y'all tapping in with us. Just because I'm reading a comment from somewhere you might not see is because we're streaming from different platforms. We have cameras and different platforms that we're streaming from. Okay, so I just want to let that be known. All right. But we're going to start off with Teofimo Lopez, right, with this boxing talk, right? We're going to start off with Teofimo Lopez. First off, make sure y'all following us on Instagram. It's right there on your screen going across. It's at Likeable Dialogue, okay? At Likeable Dialogue. That's the most important part of the show. Follow us. Get your subscriptions here now. All right, so Teofimo Lopez, y'all. What in the hell is going on with Teofimo Lopez? The boy didn't went mad, man. The boy didn't went mad, y'all. He done told TurkiAlalshik to go and essentially shove it. That is what he said, essentially. He done told TurkiAlalshik, hey, man, do what you do, but watch yourself. Y'all heard that song, do what you do, but watch my shoes. You can get loose and dance with your... That is what essentially Teofimo Lopez then told TurkiAlalshik, man. We do got some of the tweets that we're going to get up on the screen for you guys, and I actually should have sent this over. So I actually should have sent this over to the computer a long time ago, but I didn't. Dang it, because I'm streaming from. I'm gonna have to share it because I'm streaming from multiple platforms, so that means some platforms might not be able to see it. But I'll read it. How about that? How about I read it? Because that should work. I don't know how that should work. I don't know. I never tried that before. So let's see. Let's see if I can get it over to the big platform, and then we can probably get it over there to the other platform as well. But I'm going to start off by reading it, right? And starting off, and I'm gonna say Teofimo Lopez. Oh, hold on, one minute. Let me get this on real quick. I'm about to present this to what Teofimo Lopez said. This is one of the things that Teofimo Lopez says. Okay. Let me see if I got another one I want to talk about, where he called Turkey a dictator, but in a sarcastic sort of type of way. You know what I mean? And he deleted the tweet, so that lets you know he know what he did, and he know of everything that he was doing. Right? Let me get all of these videos over here to the channel real quick, guys, while I got this up. And then I'm sorry, guys, I should have had all this ready for you guys, but when I go back and edit all of this, I'm gonna make sure I take all of this out. Or you just might get it wrong live. When we live, ish happens. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I want to get all of this over here from what I was saying. So just bear with me. In the meantime, man, if y'all got any comments, questions, man, make sure y'all comment. I'm gonna get to everybody comments. Y'all know over here we get to the comments. Yeah, so we talks about it over here. And then oh yeah, I got the Ryan Garcia situation when he went to surgery. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this first half off when I go back and edit it and re-upload it to the channel. Oh my gosh, it's just taking so long. Come on, man. All right. I got a couple of more. I want to make sure I get all of this over here. Should have had this on here before, but I didn't really realize I was going to be talking about the hold on one second. This is me getting all the chats onto the channel. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about here, we're going to get that on for you guys. And so just bear with me. I'll try to get I can add that video clip. Oh, I can't. All right. So guys, remember we're hosting from different channels and things of that nature. So if you're tuning in, just give us a moment and we're going to get that to you guys. Man, I really wanted to share something today. Okay, I guess I just have to screen share that one. Okay. As soon as this video upload, we will be ready, guys. And I'll make sure I cut this out. We upload it to the channel. It's processing. Come on. Come on, brother. All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna go back to the other chats. Yo, John so and so says, "Yo, what up? What up, John Cohen? What's up, John Cohen? Make sure y'all in the chat. We uploading these videos for you guys, so just give me 1 second. And soon as this, I'll let that process. And in the meantime, while that's processing, damn, I really don't want to go off the screen while it's processing. I wonder why it's taking so long. All righty, there it goes. All right, so now we can get up out of. Right, there we go. All righty, so I'm sorry, I got multiple screens going on. Like I said, I got multiple screens going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so okay, so where are my clips at since I uploaded it on that one? Damn, do I have to refresh? All right, guys, I'm going to refresh and I'll be right back. Hopefully, because I don't see them on this one. And I wonder it's because I uploaded on other. Let me refresh. All right. And it still didn't come up. I did all of that for nothing. All right. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring it up on the other one then because they didn't refresh. Or is this it? Oh, that's not it. Dang it. And I exited out of it. And I done did all of that, and that's what it starts with. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video then. I'm gonna play this video. And while I'm playing this video, this comes from Fight Hype with Teofimo Lopez. And he's talking about some of the
Got
he's talking about
fired,
some
yo.
of the situation that's going on with
guys.
him.
TurkiAlalshik fired me, man. It's crazy. Yo, what up with it? What up, peoples? Yo, I had a great session over here. I am not going to lie. I had a great session. Phenomenal people in the building. And there you go. There you have it, man. We here at the infamous Mayweather Boxing Club. Just finished our session. Got a good training session in. And, you know, just learning, improvising, and at the same time, just cooling down. Boxing great again, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, make boxing great again, and then I get fired by TurkiAlalshik. His Excellency, right? He don't fire my boy. It's crazy.
You got the right guy in your corner now.
The right one? No, I got the one now.
Yeah, you got that right. Or you gonna get that shit.
Love, man.
I really hate you. That's part of the game. You know you're doing the right thing, man. Just stay focused.
Woo! Mate, I got fired, yo.
All right. So here is some of the tweets that Teofimo Lopez so here's some of the tweets that Teofimo Lopez did, right? And this is what Mr. Teofimo Lopez called this is what he called TurkiAlalshik. He called him a dictator. And he since then deleted the tweet. That is what he's done. So since then, he has deleted the tweet. And then so it essentially all starts off with boxing update. Jerron Boots Ennis has declined the fight against it says Jerron Boots Ennis has declined the fight against for his WBA boxing, IBFA boxing, Ring Magazine Championship titles and welterweight division, aka 147. His Excellency, TurkiAlalshik is upset with this as Eddie Hearn has agreed for the fight later this year. With that being said, I am not sure if I will continue my professional boxer, being a professional boxer, since everyone together is holding hands like their life savings depend on it, right? So that is essentially what Jerron Boots, not Jerron Boots, I'm sorry. That is essentially what Teofimo Lopez said, right? But this is what the people have to understand, right? Prior to Teofimo Lopez putting out that tweet, it was said that him and Devin Haney had agreed upon a fight, but it wasn't signed. They had verbally agreed to a fight. So what does Teofimo Lopez do? He fires off a multiple tweets in which some of which he has deleted, and he goes on to talk bad about TurkiAlalshik and gets himself fired. But in the video, you can see that he still wants to be a part of TurkiAlalshik. He's saying, I just got fired, man. But do you guys think Teofimo Lopez is going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis because we seen him at the PBC squad, right? He's been fired. So that means his contract is null and void. Like his contract is done. And then he says now he's with the right one. And he was working out at the Mayweather gym. Is this something that Teofimo Lopez may be now teaming up with Mayweather and PBC? And we can possibly see a fight with either Frank Martin and Teofimo or Gervonta Tank Davis with Teofimo in the future? I mean, just think about it, right? I'm just saying, let's just think about it, right? Teofimo Lopez goes off on TurkiAlalshik, and then he has an opportunity now to go over to PBC. Now, am I tripping or no? Am I tripping or no? I mean, I'm just saying. My boy DT in the building. Shout out to DT. My boy DT said, my God, why do people act like Tank is the only boxer out there? I'm just thinking, like, why would you risk so much money, right? Like, DT, you my boy, you my guy, DT, and I appreciate you, DT. But this is what I'm essentially saying, though, DT. I'm saying Tank is a big cash cow. TurkiAlalshik is a big cash cow. You won't make as much money fighting Tank, I don't think, than working with TurkiAlalshik. I think Turkey is going to give you the biggest bag. But besides the biggest bag with Turkey, it's Tank. But my only question is, Teofimo Lopez risked the biggest bag with TurkiAlalshik by calling him a dick trader. That is what he said. So you risk that, and you working out at the Mayweather gym, it only makes me speculate, right? Did you, one, duck Devin Haney? Did you, two, didn't want to fight Devin Haney? Why did you blow the biggest bag with TurkiAlalshik? I understand. He said, yeah, exactly. He says, I like that. Pretty clever. Exactly, bro. That was pretty clever, bro. That was pretty clever. It was pretty clever. And that is what I'm ultimately saying here. Like, what is the ultimate outcome here, man? And like I said, listen, I don't have no dog in the fight. I don't have no dog in the fight. What I'm essentially saying here is, what makes you dodge the biggest bag? We're talking about the biggest bag. What make you do this with your biggest bag? A guaranteed bag at that. Like, you don't have to sell a certain amount of pay-per-views. You don't have to have a certain number at the gate. This is the bag. This is the bag we're offering you. And this is the bag that you're going to get. And this is the bag that you're going to get. I'm going to say that again. And this is the bag that you're going to get. Why risk it? Why risk it? And so when we talk about Teofimo Lopez, and he showed up to a PBC event today, I'm going to find a clip and I'm going to screen share it with you guys. He showed up to a boxing event for PBC today after getting fired from TurkiAlalshik. After getting fired from TurkiAlalshik. I'm going to rewind that again. After getting fired from TurkiAlalshik, he then shows up at a PBC event. Could Teofimo Lopez possibly be working with PBC, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. He says, I'm on the record from day one that Turkey is bad for boxing. My boy DT also goes on to say, a lot of people that dealt with Diddy regret it all because they were chasing the bag. Oh, my boy is comparing. My boy is comparing Diddy to TurkiAlalshik, and that's not bad. He says, not all money is good money, fam. No, I definitely agree. Shout out to Keezer in the building. My boy Keezer says, my man. Shout out to my boy Keezer. What up, Keezer? It's been a minute, Keezer. If y'all don't see the comments, it's because we're streaming multiple channels. I have 2 streams going on YouTube, and I have Twitch, Kick, and all of that. So the comments will show up on different ones. My boy says, I got a story for you. Okay, tell me the story, my brother. Go ahead and tell me the story. If it's a legit story, I'll read it. If it's not a legit story, bro, I'm not reading it. Like, it's got to be a story in which is appropriate, which is appropriate for YouTube. I'm just saying it got to be appropriate. But I agree with DT. He says a lot of people that deal with Diddy regret it because they were all chasing the bag. And he says not all money is good money, fam. Hey, you're not the only one that said this, bro. I'm team like get Turkey out of boxing too. Like, he's ruining the sport. Like, these guys is ultimately ducking the biggest bag. They ultimately ducking the biggest bag. I mean, not the biggest bag. I'm sorry, y'all know I'm getting a little too. I'm getting too. They're ducking some of the man, it's like Turkey is really bad for boxing, bro. His matchmaking is not the greatest. That's what I'm saying. His matchmaking is not the greatest, and he's being biased is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like you got a fighter in the ring and you telling him that he's 2 rounds behind. Why? If you want the best fighting the best, then why? And you don't care, but you don't have an output of how it come, and you just want the best people fighting the best people. Then why are you on record saying that you telling a fighter that they 2 rounds behind? When TurkiAlalshik is standing up at the ring like this, I know then he's he's looking at scorecards, probably, allegedly. I'm just saying. Yo, Keezer, man, I can't read that one. I'll read over it, Keezer, but I can't read that. But I'll read over it, Keezer. I can't read that. He says, I found out on Rhetoric about Munguia that he married a woman, pleasures for money. And okay, yeah, man, I can't read that, bro. He says it's been going downhill and lost. He's been going downhill, lost in Mexico and Tijuana. Yeah, man, we're gonna actually talk about Munguia too, because we heard that he popped dirty. He has to now. I'm going to treat him just like Ryan Garcia, but it's kind of. But you know what? We're gonna get to Munguia later on. We're still on Teofimo Lopez. We're gonna get to Munguia later on because he did pop dirty. He says, yes, there is natural process that builds up these big fights. Turkey is throwing off natural balance of things. Facts. That is what I'm trying to say, DT. Shout out to my boy DT, man. He took the words right out for me, man, because that is essentially what I was trying to say, man. Shout out to my boy DT, man. Yo, DT, man, that is essentially what I was trying to say, but I couldn't get it out, right? So I'm going to reread my boy DT comment. He says, yes, there is a natural process that builds up these big fights. Turkey is throwing off the natural balance of things. He is. because it's like, bro, and then everybody want to talk about this new AI chat box. Bruh, humans got to do the coding. How we on YouTube? It's through coding. How are we on our cellular device? It's through coding. So it's going, and like, come on, man. This is why I don't like talking about boxing, because I get pissed off. And sometimes I don't come on live, like if I ain't got, like tonight, like tonight, there's a graduation thing that's going on. There's a lot of graduation. I know it's graduation season. I didn't go because I felt like I've been neglecting the channel, and I said, man, I got to get on YouTube. I got people that depend on the channel. I got my boy DT. He works overnight. My boy be want to hear some LikeableDialogue boxing talk. You feel me? But it's like sometimes I don't be want to get on YouTube and talk boxing, so I talk about other sports, because boxing is just like, it's so corrupt, man. And it's like, it really pisses me off. It's like, even though, what was dude named that he just fought Canelo, man? Damn, my mind just went blank. What's dude named that just fought Canelo? I gotta look it up. Anyway, the dude that just fought Canelo, my mind went blank. But even though Skull, shout out to my boy Keezer, man. Shout out to Keezer. So even though Canelo fought William Skull, and even though William Skull ran around that ring as many times as he did, I don't believe Canelo really just downright 112 to freaking 120. 105 to 117. Like, it's like Canelo barely threw punches in a fight. It's like Canelo barely threw punches in a fight. I understand that you want to be a Canelo fan. I understand that you want to be a Canelo supporter. I understand it. But it's not like Canelo really deserved that, bruh. It's not like Canelo really just won the fight. Like, he just put on a tremendous performance. They already knew they was going to give Canelo that belt. Bro, they showed this. This is why I don't like TurkiAlalshik, right? This is why when my boy DT say that TurkiAlalshik, my boy Keezer says a lot of people are saying Skull won too. That is what I'm saying, bro. William Skull really did win the fight. I'm not gonna act like it was a boring fight. It was the worst fight ever. Like, I had somebody, listen, when you have a lady, right, and she don't watch boxing, she don't watch boxing with you, and you make her sit down and watch a boxing match, and she gets up and say, this is what you watch? That is ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This is what you watch? Canelo embarrassed me. He embarrassed the sport of boxing, bro. But William Skull, all he had to do was sit there in the pocket and punch, because he was bro, when he was swinging, he was really beating Canelo when he was swinging. He was swinging and he was winning, but he ran around the ring too much and it pissed him off. But that would have been the biggest upset for TurkiAlalshik had he just stopped running around that ring, right? But they praised Canelo for running around the ring. They praised him and said that was an outstanding performance. But the night before, they called Devin Haney despicable. Get out of boxing with this bullshit, man. I'm just saying, bro. And then here's the thing too, right? This is another thing that I don't like, right? They go on and say stuff like, man, y'all don't know, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm just really just disappointed, bro. Like, then they go on and say stuff. He says, my boy DT says, yeah, Canelo fights are trash. The story about your lady saying, what is this, was hilarious. Yo, DT, I'm not lying, DT. What is this? Like, bro, she was yarning, bro. I'm serious. My boy Keezer, shout out to my boy Keezer for being active in the chat, man. I appreciate that, Keezer. My boy Keezer says, Canelo looked horrible in that fight. You think Crawford would take the L against Canelo. Turkey would make a lot of money if Canelo won. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, Keezer. I'm gonna hold that thought and I'm gonna get right back to it. So I'm gonna put a star by your comment so I could come back to that, okay? Because I really want to come back to that topic, what you want, what you talking about. But I want to talk about Turkey for a second, right? So, what TurkiAlalshik already knew Canelo was going to win this fight. No matter what, he wanted. If you remember the fight, what did TurkiAlalshik do? He stood up at the end of the ring. Let me see if I got that picture in my phone, man. I'm gonna see if I can get that. I know I got that picture in this phone. I know I got that picture. I want to give you guys a visual of this, man. Like, I really hope I didn't delete it because I had it. I had the picture where Turkey was standing up at the end of the ring. Up here it is. I got it. I'm finna show you guys a picture. And in the picture that I'm finna show you guys is going to display how TurkiAlalshik, when you see TurkiAlalshik standing up at the end of that ring, then you already know that there's probably something fishy about to go on. Let me get it on this channel for y'all to see it. Boom. Okay, then let me get it on this channel for y'all guys to see it. Boom. Whenever you guys see TurkiAlalshik standing up at the end of the ring like this, you better know that it's something fishy about to go on. I'm just saying, bro. And I quote, whenever you see TurkiAlalshik standing up at the end of the ring like this was the Canelo fight. If you can see, you see Crawford sitting right next to him. This was at the Canelo fight. You know something is going on. He was worried. He was pissed off, and he was worried about how the fight was going to end up on, man. He was worried, and he was worried about the fight. Whenever you see Turkey standing up like that, bro, you better know something's about to go on, bro. But I want to go back and reiterate something right before I get to my boy Keys' comment. Shout out to my boy Keys over there being active in the chat, man. I appreciate it, man. Listen, and my boy DT, I appreciate it because the show goes on as long as the comments are coming in. So as long as we got comments, man, the show continues. I mean, y'all enjoying the show. And I don't want to come off as one of them YouTubers that just bash people, right? Because that's not the vibe I want to give, guys. Like I want to have an open. If you guys disagree with me, those y'all that are watching, if you disagree with me in any way, man, comment. Let's talk about it and let's have a conversation about it. And we're gonna enjoy each other and we're gonna go on with the show. And we're going to have a awesome show. Like, just because you disagree with me doesn't mean that I'm right, you're wrong, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not that YouTube channel. I'm a YouTube channel. Like, let's have a conversation, okay? So those of y'all that are watching, make sure y'all smash the like button, please. Smash the like button. Those of y'all that are watching, smash that like button. All right, but TurkiAlalshik, right? But TurkiAlalshik goes on, right? When he's presenting Canelo the belt. When he's presenting Canelo the Ring Magazine belt, he sent that belt off to get it specialized for Canelo. So that's why when you see TurkiAlalshik standing up like this, he's pissed off because Canelo could possibly be losing the fight. He could be possibly losing the fight. And so when he sent this belt off specialized to India, get it gold. This is a customized belt for Canelo Alvarez. There's no way that they was going to let William Skull win the fight regardless. Even if William Skull was to win the fight, there was no way William Skull was going to win that fight. Look at Turkey. What is he doing? He's pissed off. He went and got a belt customized, made for TurkiAlalshik. Now, to get to my boy Keys' comment, he says, Canelo looked it horrible in that fight. You think Crawford would take the L against Canelo? Turkey would make a lot of money if Canelo won. I don't know who's going to win that fight, man. I don't know who's going to win that fight. But what I will say is Crawford is TurkiAlalshik's boy. Why do I say Crawford is TurkiAlalshik's boy? They standing in the ring and they holding hands. Like they about to do a prayer or something. Like standing in the ring holding hands. Crawford is a TurkiAlalshik guy, and Canelo is really not a TurkiAlalshik guy, but Turkey understands the business side of it and going to give Turkey and going to go with Canelo, right? So, but I wonder if who Turkey wants to really win this fight though, because you got to remember you 2 rounds behind. He's telling the fighter you're 2 rounds behind. I don't know who Turkey really wants to win this fight. I would say he wants Crawford to win the fight because Crawford demanded to fight Canelo. Canelo didn't demand to fight Crawford. So I would say he wants Crawford to win the fight. My boy DT says, Ring Magazine has not had credibility since Oscar bowed it. Now Turkey is funding it, definitely not worth anything. Dang, shout out to my boy, man. My boy Keezer says the way he was holding Crawford's hand was more sus. Yo, I ain't gonna say he was sus, but I will. That's what I just said, though. I just said that. I said the way they was holding hands, it will make me believe that TurkiAlalshik wants Crawford to want Crawford to win the fight instead of Canelo, because Crawford went to Turkey probably and said, I want to fight Canelo. And Turkey was probably like, okay, I'm gonna try to make that happen. And you remember the whole back and forth with Turkey and Canelo. But man, I kind of got off subject, right? So we was talking about, he says, ask yourself, what did Turkey have to promise Canelo to get him to sign on? Easy. He gave him a large amount of cash. A large 150 million. You think I'll turn down 150 million? Nah, I'm not turning down 150 million. Nah, ain't no way I'm turning down 150 million. So I would say he's getting I thought he was getting paid 150 million. He says, remember, Canelo once said he wanted 100 million. Yeah, but he's getting paid 150 million. Did he promise the victory? Oh, dang. Shout out to my boy DT. He says, did he promise the victory? Hey, you know what? I wouldn't put nothing past the DT. I literally wouldn't put nothing past it, bro. My boy DT says, did he promise the victory? Oh, bro, that's a good one. Did he promise the victory? That's a good one, bro. I'm not sure if he promised the victory or not, but I know he gave him 150 million. I go, man, look, give me 150 million. I'll jump in the ring with anybody. Shit, put Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Shit, man, hey, give me 150 million. Canelo set up for life. 150 million for one fight. That's set up for life. He is the first fighter that might touch, that they saying that's going to touch $1 billion, Canelo Alvarez. So essentially him hitting 150 million is golden for him, bro. It's golden. But man, nevertheless though, man, we was on topic talking about Teofimo Lopez and his disrespect towards TurkiAlalshik, essentially, right? So when we talk about TurkiAlalshik and Teofimo Lopez, right? Did Teofimo Lopez purposely burn that bridge? Because on Tuesday night, they had a verbal agreement. Now, it's not unordinary that boxing have a but he never I don't think he ever touched $1 billion. Canelo would actually Floyd been a billionaire, but that's with other strings of revenue. But just off pure boxing, Canelo would be the first to touch $1 billion. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, y'all. All right, sorry about that, y'all. All right, so but yeah, man. Damn, I'm sorry they threw me off when they was over there doing all that. But yeah, man. So here it is right here, right? So they had a verbal agreement, and by them having that verbal agreement, it lets me know that it's not unordinary. I remember watching fights back in the day, like they don't sign the contract until the week of or the day of, or right when they're about to fight. So like the verbal agreement was there, it just wasn't signed. And all of a sudden, Teofimo Lopez starts shooting out these random tweets. And so did he purposely get himself fired? Like, we've been hearing about Teofimo and Devin Haney for some time now. And it was supposed to be set to August the 16th. My boy Keyser says, Canelo sells. I know Turkey don't care about the money, but what Turkey wants for people is to talk about his work. I think 100 Crawford will win, but I wouldn't put money on it. I don't know. We got to see. Oh, man, I got a video. Damn, I can't really find the video, so I'm going to have to try to screen share it. And Charlo talks about Canelo possibly still juicing. I don't have the video where I can just upload it because I'm streaming from two different. The way I'm streaming now is like I want to get all the people to try to come to LikeableDialogue, right? So I'm streaming 2 times on the YouTube, 2 times on LikeableDialogue Boxing, Twitch, Kick, all of that. So I can't screen share it and everybody see it. So I'm a screen share it on the big one though, because this is the one that I'm going to repost once I'm off YouTube for tomorrow for people to tune into that might have missed it. But Charlo goes on and says he been to Mexico, and he says that he eats steaks in Mexico. He never came up dirty. And Charlo also goes on to say he thinks people that's using snack or people that there's a lot of fighters that might be juicing. They juice all the way up till the line that says you're juicing. So it's non-responsive until they get to that line, almost to that line. So he says that he believes that they are juicing. My boy DT says, Keyser, them Saudis know that all money is not forever. They don't care about the money. And that's what Keyser says. He says Canelo is going to sell. I know Turkey don't care about the money, but that's what Turkey wants people to talk about the sport. Crawford would win, but I wouldn't put my money on it. That is what Keyser says. But so he says that he feels like a lot of fighters are on there juicing. And he says that they're just juicing enough to hit that line. Now, what made him talk about it is because back to the topic where I was talking about Jaime Munguia. Munguia tested positive for an illegal substance. Jaime Munguia. This is the second fighter under the Golden Boy brand that tested positive for an illegal substance. Okay? That I know of, right? We got Ryan Garcia, right? He tested positive for an illegal substance. Now we got Jaime Munguia, who tested positive for an illegal substance, right? And what Charlo says is we gotta wait for the B sample, but he says he believes all of them are juicing. He says they juicing enough to hit that line. So I mean, what's y'all thoughts on that, man? Do Charlo got a point? Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure y'all hitting that subscribe button and make sure y'all smashing that like button, man. I'm finished to go on here and try to find it. find the video that Charlo was talking about and see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can find it because man, that was a good, and it was a good long video. I tried to screen record it, but then guess what happened? Somebody called. So I'm looking for, I know I seen it on a certain Instagram channel. Let me go on there and try to pull it up real quick. Let me know if I'm having any lagging issues or anything, people, so we can get up on the internet. People, you know what. Okay, so here's the video. Let me try to. He says, first I'm going to ask which Charlo said that. Jamal, the one that is fighting this Saturday. Jamal Charlo said that. Here it is right here. I'm finna screen share it. And then I'm gonna try to. Okay, so I'm going to try to screen share it, right? And then for you guys, I'm going to try to screen share the other YouTube. So just bear with me. All right, so so I am screen sharing. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear and listen to what I want to say, what I'm saying. What they're saying.
Y'all think Canelo hasn't been taking Clint Bruderall a long time? Y'all think he ain't back on that shit? Or y'all think it was just in the state? Because I go to Mexico all the time, from Houston, from Texas. I'm in Mexico all the time eating steak. I ain't never got popped for no shit. Think about it.
You think these guys are microdosing?
They microdosing. Look, no excuse. I'm not trying to put nobody out there. This don't got this not just boxing. This a lot of athletes all over the world. They make the drug right there to the line of like disqualification, but they don't surpass it. So they're not getting caught for it. A lot of these fighters on all kind of shit.
Two of boxing's biggest stars are on a collision course.
So, tell me, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Keezer, was you able to see the video? Let me know if you was able to see that video, Keezer. Like I said, because I'm streaming from multiple channels, so I have to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be, I'm trying to make sure that you was, I'm trying to find different ways to stream from multiple channels. And, so this is a, yes, okay, good. He was able to see it. Shout out to that boy, Keezer. Yeah, so that is what he was. Bro, listen, I'm gonna find the actual video that I watched. It was a long interview, and it was a good interview. Like, he do really, and he went on to thank his brother, because y'all gotta remember, Jamal Charlo was not in the boxing state of mind, bro. He was real drunk. He was going through a divorce. He lost custody of his kids, and so to see him back, got the fight, and saying that he's back in love with the sport of boxing. Shout out to his brother Jermell Charlo, and all of that, man. So that is what Jamal Charlo said. He essentially says that Canelo and all of these other fighters are juicing. They are juicing up until the point of that line. So you got the line that's right here, and it's non-responsive, responsive. He says he go to Mexico all the time. He says that there's no way that he's ever been popped dirty for anything. And he go to Mexico all the time and eat steaks. That is what Jamal Charlo says. So you got to respect it. My boy DT says, I might respect it coming from Jermell. Jermell Charlo can't tell me nothing. Yeah, it came from Jamal. But, honestly, Jermell, they boxers, bro. So they probably know a little bit. But this is the same thing that I said about Ryan, right? Ryan lost, right? He lost, right? And this is the same thing that I essentially said about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia loses, right? His left hook didn't have no pop on it when he fought Rolly. But prior to that, y'all remember me saying We always seen Ryan Garcia knock people out, but we never seen Devin knock nobody out in a long period of time. Y'all remember me saying that? Y'all remember me saying Ryan Garcia, we seen him knock people out. We seen what he can do in the ring. Y'all remember me saying that? Come on. But all of a sudden, he pops dirty. So he doesn't want to get popped dirty again, right? So, and now y'all heard me say, like, bruh, maybe he been taking the juice up into that non-responsive. And when he fought Rolly, he didn't have no pop because he didn't have the juice. I'm just saying. Shout out to LikeableDialogue. But I'm saying, guys, what do y'all think about this? Because, bro, all of a sudden you're not juicing. All of a sudden you don't have no pop. All of a sudden you don't have nothing. Like, what's the deal? You that guy. But all of a sudden there's no pop in your punches. To me, he didn't have no pop, bro. I'm being realistic and real, bro. To me, he didn't have no pop. But again, who am I? I'm just a guy, right? So I'm just saying, man. But anyway, guys, so I do want to move on a little bit more, right? I'm gonna say this. Charlo might be on to something, bro. Jamal Charlo might be on to something that these fighters have been juicing. And they juice up into that non-responsive. And he said he been in Mexico. He's a steak and he's never popped up dirty. So, I mean, and then Jamal Charlo, man, he got a good fight. He's going up against, we'll talk about LaManna, Thomas LaManna, man. I think that's gonna be a good. I talked down on that card, but honestly, man, his opponent got a long reach, and then Armando, who's going up against Caleb Plant, he looks pretty confident, but Caleb Plant went and sparred Kamel Moulton. Like, Caleb Plant trying to get back to Caleb Plant. He went and sparred Kamel Moulton. So I really wish they can release some clips of that though, because Kamel Moulton is a dog. Even though Caleb Plant is at a way higher weight class, but I feel like, man, that'll be a good sparring session. To go up against a younger guy, that means you still want to try to get that it factor back though. You know what I'm saying? My boy Keezer says, maybe Teofimo Lopez juicing too. He was with and acting like a little crazy, like the way Garcia was. He probably was, bro. But he really did outbox Barbosa. I'm not gonna lie. He really did outbox Barbosa, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't sit here and act like he didn't outbox Barbosa. He outboxed Barbosa for sure, man. He really did outbox Barbosa. My boy DT says, I remember after the Haney fight, people said it didn't make a difference. Bull crap. I've been said it did. People did say that. But now they changing the subject because they saying, well, maybe he was on something because he wasn't the same fighter who fought Rolly Romero. So maybe he was on something. Maybe he wasn't on something. I don't know, man. But yeah, that is crazy. My boy DT says, I always say it doesn't make a difference. No one would do it. I always say if it doesn't make a difference, no one would do it. Fact. Shout out to that boy. Shout out to that boy. My boy says, my boy DT says, I always say if it doesn't make a difference, no one would do it. That is, oh my gosh, bro. Let that resonate with y'all. If nobody is juicing in a sport and it really doesn't matter how much they juicing, my boy DT says, I always say it doesn't make a difference. He says, I always say if it doesn't make a difference, no one would do it. Bro, that makes perfect sense. Bro, that is DT. Why you didn't come up with that quote earlier when Ryan Garcia was popping dirty and I was trying to Bro, that is I'm gonna remember that quote, DT. Shout out to DT, bro. Shout out to that boy. Yo, Keezer, did you hear that, Keezer? He says, I always say, if it doesn't make a difference, no one would do it. Right? If I don't eat food, if I'm not trying to fulfill my starvation, why would I eat? Because I would eat because it will make a difference. I will fulfill my starvation. Shout out to that boy DT. Shout out to DT, bro. That's the quote right there for the night. That's the quote for the night. That is the quote for the night from DT. He says, I always say, if it doesn't make a difference, no one would do it. God dang, that is good. That is the quote for the night, DT. That's a good one, bro. But yeah, so here's another thing from so we read that one, and then we read that one from Teofimo Lopez. Okay, so yeah, that was the Teofimo Lopez drama that I wanted to bring you guys today. But y'all see how he said this? Dictator to TurkiAlalshik. That is just dirty, bro. That was dirty, bro. That was dirty, 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 man. And then, of course, TurkiAlalshik told him that he was fired, I'm gonna try to pull up Twitter and see if there's other tweets that we might have missed. You know what I'm saying? Only thing is with Twitter, you just got to be careful because you never know what pops up on there. There was other topics that I wanted to talk about. Oh, Ryan Garcia. So before we to that, go back. I wanted to talk about Ryan Garcia. Do I have it up? I don't have it up, so I'm just going to read it to you guys. Okay. So Ryan Garcia came because I know I put it up here. Matter of fact, actually, I'm just going to get it on for you guys real quick. Okay. Give me one moment. Alrighty, give me one moment. Okay, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this on for you guys. Can read it while I'm getting it on both channels. I'm getting this on both channels, and this message comes from Ryan Garcia. Okay. And let me get it on both channels, and I'm going to. Okay. And let me know if y'all see any lagging or anything like that. Okay, guys. So I can get up on them because they supposed to came out and fixed it. Okay. So here's the message from Ryan Garcia. I went and got surgery for my hand and what I needed to get done. I never used that as an excuse for my fight. The media is going to report the surgery. I'm just blessed it was done and successful. Thank you all for the love and support from the community and people who have been supporting me in my career. Love you guys. Okay. And then he goes on to say this right here. Okay. And it goes on to say, we'll be hosting a space to clear the air for many things, largely because I haven't been super active in talking and expressing myself and what's going on with me and my career. I have been as transparent as much as I could be. I will probably be hosting this week sometime. Those who lost faith in me, that is okay. To all those people turning your back on me, I say thank you, God, for cutting the grass for me. I will be back on top. I've been down before, but with God, I've always been able to rise again. Boxing and life. So that is what Ryan Garcia had to say, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Ryan Garcia had to say, man. He says, just like a dictator. He says, you say you're fired in boxing proves Turkey thinks he runs everything. Right. How you gonna say that dude fired in boxing? He just fired from your promotional company. Don't forget that there's other promotional companies, but these other promotional companies are like shell companies up under one company. You know what I mean? They like, you know, like Golden Boy and Eddie Hearn Matchroom is like, they do what Turkey say. It's like, did y'all forget that y'all have y'all own boxing event, y'all own boxing promotional company? So oh wow. Now I'm logged in with the Ethernet. So, okay. All right, so we are back. I think I lost a connection or something. So we are back. I apologize for that. But so I will be connecting with them and seeing what's going on with that. But it's like it's so he might get banned from Teofimo Lopez possibly might get banned from Matchroom and Golden Boy because they do business with TurkiAlalshik. You know what I'm saying? So that essentially might be possible. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, make sure y'all smashing that like button, man. Please smash the like button, man. Help the channel grow, guys. Help that channel grow, man. I appreciate the new subscribers that we got. Make sure y'all go and follow us on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. We need the Instagram followers at LikeableDialogue. It's real simple. Go follow LikeableDialogue on TikTok, LikeableDialogue on Twitter, LikeableDialogue on Instagram, and LikeableDialogue Boxing on Instagram. Make sure y'all go follow us. My boy Keezer says Ryan will fight Jake Paul very soon. Mark my words. He should retire at this point. If he was serious about boxing, he would be asking for that Rolly rematch. Now he just making excuses. Hey, but in that message, he says that he didn't make an excuse as to why he lost the fight. He just said he just got some work done. But you got to know, like, his team probably put that out there, like, you know, Ryan Garcia team probably put that out there like, yo, I got surgery on my hand. You know what I'm saying? But he says he's not using that as an excuse. So we got to take it with a grain of salt, bro. We got to take it for like what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? He said, so you're saying Turkey can force other promoters to do what he wants? Again, like a dictator. Bro, I'm not disagreeing with you. That is true. He's like a dictator. Because essentially these promotional companies, they're like lending out their fighters. They're like, bro, Golden Boy and Matchroom are like pimps. I'm gonna say it again. Golden Boy and Matchroom are like pimps. They're pimping out their fighters to TurkiAlalshik because they get a cut of, they got, not only do Turkey got to rent their fighters out, they got to rent the fighters out, and he got to pay the promotional company, and he got to pay the fighter. You see what I'm saying? But because the only discount that Turkey is getting is that Golden Boy and Matchroom is actually signed with DAZN so that he don't got to pay a network fee. And he got stock in DAZN for what I'm understanding. So when it comes to TurkiAlalshik, Teofimo Lopez isn't wrong by calling him a dictator. He's not wrong for calling him a dictator. He's not wrong at all. But like I said, Teofimo Lopez can get shadow banned by Golden Boy and Matchroom because of the relationship Riyadh Season and the Ring Magazine have with TurkiAlalshik. That is what I'm saying. Like, because of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? But who he can't get shadow banned by is PBC. Who Teofimo Lopez can't get shadow banned by is PBC because PBC stand on 1 feet. Yes, they have loaned some of their fighters out, but PBC will stand like, I'm PBC. You're not gonna pimp you ain't gonna tell my promotional company what to do. Do you hear what TurkiAlalshik tells them? Oh yeah, Eddie Hearn needs to go find some better fighters. Oh, Eddie Hearn, when he first announced that he was going to do his TKO boxing, what did TurkiAlalshik say? Make sure y'all, but first of all, make sure you guys smashing that subscribe button, smashing that like button, guys. All right. But what did TurkiAlalshik say? He says, we're going to crush the other promoters. What are the other promoters? Ain't these the same other promoters that you're working with, TurkiAlalshik? You remember what he said? He's going to crush the other promoters, and then he had to backtrack it and say that these are my partners. Because what other promoters are you talking about? These are the same promoters that you're renting, and you're renting out their fighters, Turkey. So when we talk about Teofimo Lopez calling him a dictator, hey, he probably is a dictator, right? But Teofimo Lopez essentially can get shadow banned, though, because of the working relationship that Golden Boy has, Matchroom has with TurkiAlalshik, man. And that is what I'm ultimately saying, man. That is what I'm ultimately saying. Make sure y'all hit the comment, man. Get in the comment section, man. We reading all the comments. My boy DT says, you always know you touch a sensitive spot on how people react. Oh, that is nice, because it ultimately comes down to TurkiAlalshik, right? He says that this guy is fired. He said that Teofimo Lopez is fired. You can't fire him from boxing. You can fire him from your promotional company, but it doesn't stop other promotional companies from working with him. Is Teofimo Lopez a scumbag? Yes. He says racist stuff, and I want to see him get in the ring with the Jerron Boots Ennis or somebody that's going to put hands on him. Yes. But at the end of the day, Turkey can't fire Teofimo Lopez. And one promotional company that would stand up to TurkiAlalshik, unlike these other promotional boxing companies, is Premier Boxing Champions. So we got to give PBC their credit, man. We got to give them their credit. We got to give them their credit. And Teofimo Lopez showed up today at a PBC event. So you guys tell me, did he intentionally savage that relationship? Or what's the deal? What's y'all thoughts on that? You know what I'm saying? My boy Keezer says Turkey is ruining boxing low key. I was watching that Bivol Beterbiev fight, and I think Beterbiev let Bivol win for that third fight. Turkey has connections with the dictator Beterbiev is from. He says, he also goes on to say Turkey needs to do work with Tank. Tank will put him on the spot for sure. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they are trying to get the Tank fight, Shakur Stevenson and Tank fight. If Shakur Stevenson can beat William Zepeda, I think they are trying to get that fight up next. My boy DT says, let me call in before you move to the next topic. I have some things to say about Turkey and the Saudis. Go ahead and call in to the show, DT. You know you my guy. Just be mindful. I have about 30 minutes before I'm going to end the show, but make sure you guys smash that like button. DT, the phone lines are open for you. Dig it. The phone lines is open for you, DT, and I don't know how the other, that's okay. We'll figure it out. Call in and I got you, DT. Shout out to my boy DT that's going to call in to the show, and we're going to get him in. For those of y'all that are watching, I want you guys to understand here, man. Teofimo calls out TurkiAlalshik. TurkiAlalshik doesn't like, you know what I noticed? TurkiAlalshik doesn't like being called out. Like, he really doesn't like being called out. When Canelo called him out, he had an issue. Hold on, y'all. We getting my boy on. DT, hold on. Let me connect you to the channel, my brother. Where it is. There we go. DT.
My brother.
What's going on, man?
Yo, man, I can't call it, man. Today payday, so I'm actually in a pretty good mood today. We vibing.
Shout out to that boy DT.
I'm Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to I might throw a little $5 on the channel, you know, once when I finish this call, man. Drop a
Hey
little
man,
something
throw a
on you.
little something on the channel, DT. We need
Yes,
it, brother. Throw a little
yes,
something on the channel,
yes,
bro. We need it, man.
yes, that's for sure. But you know, real fast, I know you said you got some things to do a little bit later. But you know what I'm saying? Cause so my thing is, you know, like you know, we had a discussion before. I study, you know what I'm saying? I'm real big on, you know, just studying people, like human nature. You know what I'm saying? I study cultures, you know, different countries. I study how people move, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, you know, it's important to understand. If you understand, you know, the way people's mind work, you can understand the reasons they do the stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times people be surprised, like, why would, you know, a person do such things? But like I said, if you kind of understand how their mind works, you know, sometimes you'll be able, you know, that's kind of obvious why they do the things that they do.
Right.
So I think, you know, a lot of the times, you know, when we talk about these Saudis, it's just like, the Saudis. I don't think we really stop and think about the culture and the history of Saudi Arabia and understand, you know, the type of people that we're dealing with. Because I don't think people would be so freely dealing with these people if they actually understood the country, the culture, and the history of it. You know, this is a kingdom we're talking about. This ain't no democracy. You know what I mean? This ain't no socialist power. This is a kingdom. They're on that, you know, royalty type stuff. And you know, TurkiAlalshik is part of the royal family.
Right.
He's not some random guy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what we need to understand is Saudi Arabia was a desert wasteland before they discovered oil. Now, when they discovered oil in Saudi Arabia, that's when the country blew up on the global stage. That's when people talk about wanting to invest in Saudi Arabia and being involved in Saudi Arabia. So when we understand, okay, the basis of everything that Saudi Arabia has is the oil money. That's the basis of everything. Now let's talk about. So if we talk about the people of Saudi, because we always talk about, you know, the people that's the royal. Do you notice that you never hear anybody talk about just the regular citizens of Saudi Arabia? Do you ever hear anything about the citizens of the Saudi Arabia? They only talk about the royal family.
Right.
So you got to ask yourself, like, okay, so what's going on inside of Saudi Arabia? Right? What are these people dealing with? So what happens is Saudi Arabia is a highly subsidized society, right? Food, oil, housing, everything is subsidized by the government. The people in Saudi Arabia, their expenses are way than other places. They're way lower than other places because the oil money is subsidizing everybody's life. So what happens in this scenario is money is a funny thing, man. Money makes people do crazy stuff, and money makes people put up with crazy stuff. That's how you get situations like Cassie. You know what I'm saying? That's how you be wondering, like, well, how is this guy able to do this for so long? How is these guys able to get away with this for so long? Money makes people do crazy stuff, and that's why I make sure I never allow myself to get to the point where I worship money.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? Right. You can offer me $100 million. There's certain things I don't care. I'm just not doing it. I don't care, bro.
Right.
You're like, what, $100 million, bro? I don't care. I don't care how much it is, bro. There's certain things on there used to do, and I can care less how much money you can offer me. That's what I stand on as a man. So what you got to understand is the people of Saudi Arabia, their lifestyle is highly subsidized. But because of that, they don't have rights to say anything about the government. They don't have the right to speak on anything at all. That's why you never hear anything about the people of Saudi Arabia.
Dang, bro, my boy touching on some stuff, bro, because I never really thought about that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, I never really thought about that.
Yeah. So when you put that in perspective with what Tio just said, they are dictators. They know that they are dictators, but they don't want the rest of the world to view them as dictators. And they're not used to people telling them things that they don't want to hear.
Because Turkey do seem like that, bro.
So when Tio come like that, it's like, what? Oh, you fired? Like, what do you mean I'm fired, bro? I'm an independent contractor, bro. I'm a boxer.
Again, bro.
They're not used to it. They're not used to that, to being talked to like that. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta really keep in mind, like, that's just be like the people that we dealing with, man. We let people throw money in our face and they flash money at us, and we be willing to be like, oh yeah, I want to be around this person. I don't care, bro. Honest to goodness, I don't care. I have seen in my lifetime, so many people get taken advantage of because they allow themselves to be lured by money. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we're doing there. This is happening on a global stage right now with the Saudis because they have a lot of money. It's not just boxing, bro. You're a boxing fan, so you see it in boxing. If you were a soccer fan, you would have noticed that they've been buying a lot of those soccer teams from Europe as well. If you were a golf fan, I don't know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, it was big news when they had the whole LIV tournament and they were trying to buy all of these, PGA Tour golfers and get them over to the LIV tournament. Like, bro, these people don't care about sports, bro. They're not sports fans. If they are sports fans, the only sports they care about is Formula One. From what I understand, they actually like that race car stuff. But that's only because those are the kind of cars that they drive. They drive Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all that type of stuff. So they like to watch, racing. But besides that, bro, the Saudis don't care about sports like that. You know what I'm saying? And Islam, period, bro. Most Muslims don't really watch sports like that. They're not deep into sports like that. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand the people that we're dealing with. It's like, what makes you think they actually want to do something good for this sport, bro? They don't care about it. You got to care about something to want to do something good for it.
Right.
You got to have some feelings about it. Right. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, it's cool, and I'm supposed to expect that you're going to come here and you're going to revolutionize it and you're going to make it so much better. Like, nah, he just said, like, yeah, it's cool. He don't really care about it.
Right. Right. And listen, DT, here it is right here. So I found one of the pictures that I had previously, right? So when TurkiAlalshik actually went on and said that when he actually went on and said that what am I trying to say? When he went on and said that TKO was going to smash all the other boxing promotional companies, this is what he said. And then he had to backtrack it. This is TKO Boxing Project is not against anyone, not against the commission, not against our promoters. We would still be we would still see the 4 belts in the commission and the promoters. TurkiAlalshik on the TKO Boxing Project. That is when he had to go back and retract from what he said.
And I can explain to you exactly why he had to go back and actually retract that statement. And actually goes and proves my point even further. He doesn't even understand the sport of boxing. He literally doesn't even understand certain aspects of the sport of boxing. The reason he had to go back and backtrack is because of what they call it, the Muhammad Ali law.
Yeah, the Muhammad Ali Act. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So you can't be the promoter and the manager at the same time. He didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why he had to backtrack, because it was like, oh, you basically saying that you're gonna, you know, it's like, oh, you can't do that.
Right.
That's why he had to backtrack. Like, oh no, we want to work with the promoters and we want to work with. Nah, you don't even understand the sport that you're trying to get into, bro.
Right.
That you're only in it for the money, cuz I promise you're only in it for the money, bro. That oil money, bro. Everybody knows, cuz oil ain't gonna be here forever, bro. It's not a infinite resource, bro. It's not infinite. It's limits to it. These people talking about, you know, it's oil up in the Arctic Circle.
Uh-huh.
You know, one of the things that they be saying is like, it's because it's so hard to actually, it's like almost, it's not even worth trying to get to the oil that's in the Arctic Circle because it's underneath ice. You know, it'd be so hard to get it that it wouldn't even be worth it. Once you pull it out, the value, the cost of it wouldn't be worth it. So these people are literally like, yeah, you know what? Global warming is going to melt that ice. And once global warming melts that ice, then we're going to want to make sure that we're in a position to get to that oil before the Russians get to that oil. Hey, that's literally what there are discussions about that.
Yo, that's cool. DT.
Yeah.
Stick to boxing. Let me tell you why. You know, you're right. No, look, you're right on point, bro. You're not lying for what you're saying. Listen.
Just understand that the oil is not unlimited. Everybody understands it's going to run out, and they're already at this point looking for other sources of income because they know that it'll run out. That was my point with that whole thing.
Right. No, you know, the reason why I said no.
I don't want to get political and nothing like that.
No. The reason why I said that, DT, is because when AI make the shorts, it's gonna talk about oil. Right. It's gonna talk about oil and other stuff about. And then it's gonna throw the whole shorts off for the whole channel. I would have been on this channel talking an hour, bro. I would have been on here talking an hour, bro. And then it would have got us just talking about oil. Like what the hell? Like you know.
Right. So you know, mainly so their whole thing is finding a replacement. They have to be able to find a replacement before it happens. Right. So their replacements right now, they're trying to find a replacement in tourism and in sports. Right. Boxing, soccer, and golf. They trying to buy NBA teams. They want to buy NFL teams. Bro, it's all about, I promise you, brother, I promise you, it's all about the money. Yep. It's all about the money.
And the thing is,
so that's my main thing about that.
Yeah, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. I appreciate you. Bro, look,
I just wanted to call in and say that, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish the show.
All right, I appreciate you for tapping in, DT. Hey, look, real quick, DT. You good, bro? You can stay. You can stay on if you want to, or if you were. I know you work. Okay. You good. But hopefully, can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear this on the other chat, Keezer? I don't know if you're still with us on the other channel. Make sure y'all can still hear us real good. But the reason why I said what I said, DT, is because damn, I wonder if it's muted. If I might mute, am I talking over it? I don't know how it's working over there. But anyway, the reason why I said what I said, I forgot what I was talking about, DT. I done got thrown off, bro. I don't know what I was saying. I got thrown out, bro. All right, my boy said he can still
when you were talking about, I think you were talking about like Teo, like you were talking about either about Teo or about Turkey. You were saying like Turkey is, I forgot what you were saying too.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Turkey. I got sidetracked, bro. I don't know, bro. I got sidetracked.
I just think that was real important.
Yeah, no, I knew what I was about to say. Bro, look, I just want to say thank you, DT, for being loyal to the channel, bro. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support, man, for the channel, man. And I want to thank everybody else, man, that's been watching the channel, man. I know the month of May has been rough for us. We started off with some issues. And then, but overall, though, we still grew like 400 something subscribers this month. So I want to thank everybody that goes back and watch the videos, comment, and like, man. I really do appreciate y'all. And DT, man, you know, it's been graduations and stuff. Like even today, I'm like, I gotta get on YouTube. I can't not get on YouTube. I got people that be, you know, they want to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, man, for staying down with the channel, man. And man, I appreciate you, man. I just want to say, bro, like the support doesn't go unnoticed. So whenever you say you want to call in, I give you the extra mile. I give you bro, you like the MVP of the channel right now, bro. So like I was gonna do awards, bro. This coming up for the yearly channel, and I still might do it, bro. But I want you to know, bro, you are a lead candidate for the MVP award, bro. So I appreciate you for staying down with us, bro.
Like I said before, bro, like, it ain't for the fame, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Just to, supporting each other, man. That's what it's all about, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's important to have somebody in your corner with you so you can, be able to know that you ain't doing it for nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm here to make sure you know, bro. You ain't doing it for nothing, bro. You actually, you're doing some good stuff, man. You're making an impact with the community, and you know what I'm saying? I know you do a lot of stuff on your side. You give back and stuff like that too. So
yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you, DT, man. You my guy, man. And man, listen, and the next time we get another celebrity on, man, for boxing, bro, you already know, man, like, bro, you can call in the middle of the topic, you can comment, whatever, bro. You got the MVP status, bro. You got the MVP award, man.
I'm trying to get a few things on my side so I can, move around a little bit easier than I can now.
Yeah.
But, once I'm able to move around really, man, I'm going to start really traveling and stuff a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So I want to start setting up some trips, man, getting some tickets, going to some of these events.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe we can start using some of these, real events and making connections and, really start pushing the channel like that. You know what I'm saying? People see us at them, at the weigh-ins, and people see us at the fights, and, we start making the connections with the boxers and, stuff like that, man. We could start really kind of taking this thing to the next level, bro. So
yeah, for sure.
Might be in the area soon, man. We could start setting up trips, fan trips. The other guys was talking the other day about going to Denver and stuff like that, man. We could try to start doing stuff, man.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Try to organize some stuff, man.
For sure, man. We definitely can, man. I appreciate you for tapping in, DT.
Yes, sir.
All right, my brother. You have a good one, man.
Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, guys, that's my boy DT, man. I'm sorry. I was just showing y'all some of the photos, man, when I go out to these boxing events, man, letting y'all know, bro, like, we are on the rise over here on LikeableDialogue, man. But anyway, guys, listen, y'all, I appreciate everybody for tapping in with the channel, man. Become a member, man. Support the channel, man. It costs you about $3, little $4 once a month, $3 or $4. What's that, man? Come on, you go support the channel. DT has been supporting the channel for 7 months now, y'all. 7 months. He's been on the my bad. There we go. Now my mic is unmuted. I'm sorry. There we go. Appreciate you, my boy Keys. A shout out to my boy Keys. Man, I ain't got the board hooked up to this one. I'm gonna give me a second board, because so when I do 2 different YouTubes and all these other stuff, it'll still be a board. So, but shout out to my boy Keys over there, man, for letting me know, man, that the sound had went out, man. But yeah, man, my boy DT, man, he got the like the VIP status in a sense, man, because he call in, he's a member. So when you a member, man, you want to call in, man, you get the number and all of that. I used to just post a number and let people randomly call in. I still can do that. If you want to call in to the show, let me know. Boom, I'll post the number and you guys can do it. But my boy DT, man, he's a long time member over here on LikeableDialogue, and I like to give him that opportunity, man. So he's been on the membership for 7 months now, man. 7 months, man. Supporting the channel, man. So I gotta give him that respect he deserves, man. We gotta, what that boy Birdman say, put some respect on my name. You gotta put some respect on that boy name. You feel me? But listen, guys, man, I think we had a great topic tonight, man, on this boxing talk, man. How can you fire Teofimo Lopez? That is the real ultimate question here. Like, how can you really Shout out to that boy DT. Uh-oh, wrong button, man. Shout out to that boy DT. My boy DT that sent in a $5 super chat, ladies and gentlemen. A $5 super chat, man. That's what the channel needs, man. If y'all want us to continue this channel, man, I'm telling y'all, look, these lights that y'all don't see, these cameras that y'all don't see, the screen behind me that y'all don't see. You know, well, y'all see the screen, but you know the stuff that y'all don't realize, man. The super chat helps, man. So shout out to that boy DT. Hey, I want to send a special shout out to that boy Keezer too, man. That boy been active over there in that chat. He's been watching us the whole time. I like to give people credit, man. Credit where credit is due, man. So if you guys want to become a subscriber over here on Likeable Dialogue, this is what you can expect. We read your comments for free. And we do some. I gotta go, y'all. I just heard some wild noise. So I want to thank you guys for tapping in with the channel. Let me look at this camera system. I want to thank you guys for tapping in with the channel, man. Listen, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and make sure you guys press the like button. Subscribe to the channel and then make sure you guys press that like button, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in with us tonight. And listen, man, Teofimo Lopez. How can you fire Teofimo Lopez when he's an independent contractor? How can you fire Teofimo Lopez? He's an independent contractor. And the question for tonight is Teofimo Lopez going over to PBC, Premier Boxing Champions? He was seen today at Premier Boxing Champions at their event. And then if you notice in the video, damn, did I not got that video? Damn, I thought I posted that video earlier. I ain't got that video. I guess I have to play it over there. In the video earlier, Teofimo Lopez says he's with the right one. What does he mean when he says that? He was at the Mayweather gym and he says he's now with the right one. What does that mean? Is he signing with Mayweather? Is he possibly saying he's with the right one with PBC? Because now TurkiAlalshik saying that he's fired, but now Teofimo Lopez is at a PBC event. He realizes that Golden Boy and Matchroom are like main partners with Riyadh season, the ring. So by him saying that he's fired, him going at TurkiAlalshik, is Teofimo Lopez possibly going to end up on a Premier Boxing Champion card, or will he backpedal and go back and face Devin Haney on August the 16th in Riyadh season? That's the thing. Like, you know, so they said that it was verbally agreed upon on Tuesday, and this was prior to Teofimo Lopez going off on TurkiAlalshik. But the fight was to take place in Riyadh season. At what time zone? Is it going to be the same time zone as Canelo and William Scoll? Because when they did it, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, over there in Riyadh season, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So would it have been a easier a later event like at 2 o'clock or something like that? But they said that it was verbally agreed upon, and it's not unknown in boxing that you verbally agree on a fight and then a fight comes into fruition. Both fighters, hey, do you want to fight Devin? Yes. Do you want to fight Teofimo Lopez? Yes. Okay, great. Boom. We got the verbal agreement, and if you want to fight each other, it's going to be August the 16th. August the 16th. Okay, great. So that is what they're essentially saying, that the fight was agreed upon. Now, y'all remember when I came on the channel and I said that I seen Bill Haney on another channel, and he said that you're going to see Devin Haney in the ring sooner than later. What up to L Dub Boxing? What up, brother? L Dub Boxing in the building. Shout out to L-Dub Boxing, man. What it do, man? What it do, man? Appreciate you, man. Hey, man, smash that subscribe button with the channel, man. Rock out with us, bro. But but you remember, so he says in Riyadh season, my boy says, what's good? Shout out to L-Dub Boxing. He says, what's good, man? And listen, and he goes on to say, right, that it was agreed upon. It was agreed upon, right? So it's not unknown in the sport of boxing for two fighters to agree upon something. It's not unknown. It's not unknown. This has happened before. And where we used to hear people say, like, oh yeah, they signed the fight the week of the fight. They had already had a date. They had already had a location. And you remember when Bill Haney said, you're going to see Devin Haney in the ring sooner than later. This is what he was talking about, y'all. It all makes sense now. You're going to see him in the ring sooner than later. There was already talks of them in fighting. They was already in talks. So for him to go at Turkey, I'm not mad at him for going at Turkey. I'm not mad at him for going at Turkey. But did T.O. intentionally savage the fight? Or was his way of promoting it and it just went left side? It just went left side. I'm not for sure. That is what we have to figure out here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we just got to figure that part out, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, we just got to figure that one out, bro. All right, guys, listen, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure y'all smashing that like button, man. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. Teofimo Lopez, this is the question that I'm going to leave you guys with, right? Teofimo Lopez, is he going to end up on a PBC card? That is the question that I propose to you guys tonight. That is the question that I'm going to leave you guys with. Is Teofimo Lopez going to end up on a PBC card? Why am I saying that, right? He was at a PBC event today, at the Charlo event today, answering questions today. He was at a PBC event. You know what I'm saying? And then also, he's at the gym and saying that he's with the right one. He's saying that he's with the right one. Who is he referring to? Is he referring to Mayweather or is he referring to Al Heyman? But he was at the Mayweather gym saying he's with the right one now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy DT. He says, mind you, Dana White's supposed to be promoting the Canelo Crawford fight. And he isn't now. He's not promoting it anymore. I think Sela Nim is going to be promoting the fight now. He says, I'm looking to see what makes him a better promoter. I'm looking to see what makes him better at promoting boxing. That is a good question, bro. But it would like, he couldn't promote it because it would collide with him promoting UFC fight card in September, on September 13th weekend. Because remember, it was going to be on that Friday, September the 12th, but then they pushed it back to September the 13th, which is on a Saturday, which would then collide with Dana White's card. You see what I'm saying? So Canelo essentially didn't want, I'm thinking they pushed the day back because of Canelo. Because I'm assuming Canelo's like, I don't want to fight on a Friday night. I need to fight on a Saturday night where my people would tune in and drink and have and eat their food. You know what I'm saying? He's a Saturday night fighter. He's not a Friday night fighter. So that is what I'm thinking. Canelo told TurkiAlalshik, I can't fight on a Friday night. It needs to be on a Saturday. And Dana White is like, I can't promote this on a Saturday night because now if I promote it, it's going up against UFC. That is what I'm assuming what happened. Canelo couldn't fight on a Friday because he wants to fight on a Saturday and UFC is on a Saturday. So guess what? It's like TKO going up against TKO. Honestly, if you really think about it, for him to name it TKO boxing, and TKO, which owns UFC, why would you have both of your events going up against each other? Like, yeah, you would essentially win because people is tuning into both of your products, but why would you want to put them both against each other in a way like that and have Dana White to promote it? Like, it would essentially go up against the UFC brand. Because what if the boxing match got more focus than the UFC match? Then it will make Dana White feel like, well, UFC wasn't as successful because I was promoting TKO boxing versus the UFC product. But in actuality, TKO owns, like when we talk about TKO, if you understand the stock market, TKO owns UFC. So yeah, it's crazy, bro. It is crazy, man. My boy DT says TKO already taking L's. Definitely, bro. Bro, Turkey really don't. It's really. My boy say, more proof. Turkey doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, you know what, bro? It's listen. Turkey is. Listen. He's not the best matchmaker, you know, and he's throwing these dollar signs out, and these fighters are running to him, which is good. And I don't want to seem like I'm on a Turkey banish sort of kind of way. It's just right now it just looks real unfitting to boxer fans like myself. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if Canelo now was fighting, and then imagine August. Man, it's just a lot, bro. Like it's just a lot, man. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. It's just a lot, man. But listen, guys, I appreciate everybody for tuning in with us tonight, man. If you haven't already, please smash the like button, guys. Listen, man. This channel, we get to everybody comments. We show everybody love. You'll go on another channel. I promise y'all won't even get your comments read. I promise you, they won't even give you an opportunity to speak your mind, call into the show for free. Like, man, listen, like, we are a real family over here at Likeable Dialogue, man. Shout out to L Dub Boxing for stopping by, man. Man, listen, I want to say everybody, Keezer, DT, everybody that was in the chat tonight, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in with us, man. Listen, we got more talk coming on tomorrow, man. We're going to talk more about the Charlo situation. We're going to talk more. Charlo and them actually fight this weekend, so we will be live watching that fight. We'll be live watching that fight and, you know, scoring the fight. So if y'all want to tap in with us live, y'all more than welcome to tap in with us live. My boy, oh, I already got to that comment. Okay, you already got to that comment. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, Charlo fights this weekend, Caleb Plant fight this weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I actually wasn't too hyped about this fight this weekend because of the simple fact I'm like, oh man, these fighters are like not even known, are not even, you know what I'm saying, not even known, and Charlo and them go knock them out. But that's the ultimately surprise, right? Because we don't know them, right? Like, to some people that don't know them, right? We're thinking that they're a pushover. So did Charlo underestimate this guy? Did Caleb Plant underestimate his fighter? That is the question that we're going to find out Saturday night when we tune in to the Charlo and Caleb Plant fight card. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, LD. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD, the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, man, make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. I want to appreciate everybody for tapping in with us tonight, man. I think we had a great show. And welcome to the channel. If you just subscribed to the channel, welcome to the channel. This is what we do over here on Likeable Dialogue, man. We talk boxing, we talk trending topics, we talk football, basketball. We talk about it all, man. So tonight we talked about boxing. Tomorrow we might talk about a little bit of boxing too, and a little bit of basketball sports that's coming on too, man. And so I want to appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody for tapping in with us, man. If you just now tuning in, smash the like button, go back and watch the video, and then come back and hit the like button. Appreciate you. Hey guys, that part of the segment was called subscriber questions, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to press the like button so everybody can participate in that, right? Press the like button, please. That helps the channel grow, okay? And listen, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Great show. Thank you guys. It's your boy LD, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Press that subscribe button and stay tuned for more on Likeable Dialogue. Likeable Dialogue. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram at Likeable Dialogue. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, y'all. We need the following. Y'all, we have multiple Instagrams, so it's Likeable Dialogue and it's also Likeable Dialogue Boxing. You want a chance to come on screen to talk to me? Inbox me on Likeable Dialogue fan page, Likeable Dialogue fan page, and then have an opportunity to come on screen, talk with me. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Until tomorrow, I appreciate you guys. Be safe. DT, shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate you. Keys to everybody that tapped in tonight.